cashier in a trendy health food store in Los Angeles, the second-to-last job I had had in a more than 10-year string of jobs, which was probably why Grandma had twisted my arm to move to Cannes, California. I decided against fudge and picked up an index card. It read, George Jackson, 35 years old. Next to the note, in Grandma's handwriting, was scribbled, not a day less than 43, breath like someone died in his mouth. Halitosis George was looking for a stewardess, someone who looked like Jackie Kennedy and had a fondness for Studebakers. Whoa, Grandma kept some pretty old records. I needed to throw out 95% of the cards, but I didn't know which 5% to keep. Putting down the card, I stared out the window, my favorite activity these days. What had I gotten myself into? I had no skills as a matchmaker. I was more of a temp agency kind of gal, something where I wasn't in charge of other people's lives. My 3-week stint as a wine cork inspector was more my speed. A man and his German shepherd ran down the street. I checked my watch. 12:10 p.m. Right on time. I could always count on the habits of the neighbors. There was a regular stream of devoted dog walkers, joggers, and cyclists that passed the house on a daily basis. Not much changed here. The small mountain town was low on surprises. I tried to convince myself that was a good thing. Stability was good. Commitment was good. With sudden resolve, I took George Jackson's card and threw it in the wastebasket. Bye, George. I hope you found love and an Altoid. I tried another card. Sarah Johns, 19 years old. She had gotten first prize at the county fair for her blueberry pie, and she was looking for an honest man who didn't drink too much. My grandma had seen something more in her. Poor thing. Art school better than man, she had written in the margins. I tossed the card, letting it float onto George. Matchmaking was no easy task. It wasn't all speed dating and online chat rooms. Lives were on the line. One false move, and futures could be ruined. The house across the street caught my attention. It had seen better days. A bunch of shingles were missing, leaving a big hole in the roof. I watched as the mailman stopped at the mailbox. He would arrive at Grandma's in 12 minutes. I could set my watch by him. Across the street, the front door opened. An elderly woman stepped out and picked up her mail. She glanced at the letters and then stood staring at her front yard. Something was not quite right about the picture. I didn't have time to dwell on it, though. I had promised Grandma I would pick up lunch for us in town. I grabbed my keys and hopped down the stairs. Outside, it was a typical Cannes, California August day. Blue sky, sunshine, and warm. Normally, it didn't turn cool until October, or so I was told. My experience with the town was limited to summers visiting my grandmother when I was growing up. My mother refused to set foot in Cannes, but she had loved to send me off for a 3-month vacation every year. Yoo-hoo! Gladie! Grandma's high-pitched cry cut through the country quiet. She stood in the front yard, hovering over the gardener as he cut roses. The front yard was about half an acre of lawn and meticulously groomed plants, flowers, and trees. It was her pride and joy, and Grandma supervised the gardening with an obsession usually reserved for Johnny Depp or chocolate. I doubted she had ever picked up a spade in her life. Yoo-hoo! Gladie! She repeated, flapping her arm in the air, her crisp red Chanel knockoff suit bulging at the seams, and the glittering array of diamonds on her fingers, wrists, and neck, blinding me in the afternoon sun. I'm right here, Grandma. I jiggled the car keys to remind her of my lunch run. Jose, leave a few white ones for good luck, and be careful with the shears, she told the gardener. You don't want to lop off a finger.